Welcome, Libras and Libra risings. We are here together for the week of July 6th. This week is a bit more active for you in terms of relationships, career, and future plans all at the same time. Think of as not being alone when you ask yourself the question of what do I want? The people around you, your spouse, partner, associate, boss, friends, or family, all seem to be involved in this question somehow. It is as if life is actually telling you this. You are starting the week very strongly in the area of relationships, realizing that just adapting is no longer enough and that defining your own direction is equally important. For one, there may be an agenda concerning your spouse, lover, or if you have one, your partner. There could be a development. You might have a conversation, for instance. The attitude of the person in front of you might affect you more than usual, or their expectations, their approach to you, and how much space they give you, or how much pressure they exert will be much clearer this week. I am not talking about a very sharp, is this the end or should we continue point in relationships. You don't have to reach that point, but I'm trying to say that it won't be easy to ignore certain things anymore. Because one party wants peace, balance, and harmony, but the other part asks why I am always the one who understands. This is the biggest inner voice for you this week, because you are often prone to postponing your own feelings just so the environment doesn't get tense. But this week, those postponed feelings will be making themselves felt. They will say, no, you can't keep postponing yourself and looking back. It won't. In relationships, responsibilities may be discussed. The other party might expect a more serious step from you, or you might expect one from them. You might expect a clearer, more reliable, and more committed partner. If there is any resentment in marriage, relationships, or family-related matters, or if there is a subject that hasn't been talked about for a long time, you may want to address it. If there is no one in your life, I want to say that you could meet someone strong, attention-grabbing, but perhaps a bit distant or serious. There is something very clear here, dear Libra. The people you encounter this week don't just bring you relationships. At the same time, they are holding up. What kind of relationship do you actually want for yourself? How do you position yourself in a relationship? Are you giving too much of yourself just to be loved? Are you just adapting? Are you putting your own needs aside just so the person in front of you is happy? Are you putting them on the back burner? Or on the contrary, are you so tired that you react to even the smallest thing by saying, I don't deserve this? This week, you can see the balance or imbalance here very clearly. The other strong aspect of the week is your career and business side. This includes your goals, plans, achievements, managers, bosses, or people you respect in your life. You don't even have to work with them. There may be an agenda concerning the people you respect in your life. For starters, an old work matter might come up. It could be a project that was discussed before but left unfinished. It could be a decision. These might be put back on the table. It could be an offer. It could be a task. In the meantime, it could be a response. All of these can be brought back to the table or could be subject to change. There's a possibility that everything related will not clarify very quickly. If you are expecting a quick turnaround on certain issues, expect repeated conversations, repeated revisions, re-evaluations of some things, perhaps a change of mind from a manager or boss, or thinking, I had already resolved this. Okay. It is normal to have reactions like, why did this come up again? I expect all of these to happen because life does not want new doors for you before you fix certain issues this week. It is exactly this. First, if there are any shortcomings, see them. It is saying that after that, the door will open anyway. Now, you also need to strike a balance between your career and family. There are needs in your private life. There are responsibilities stemming from your career. An issue arising within the family might affect your work plan. For example, for some of you, the intensity at work might strain your relationship or your home routine. The point here is actually this. It's about not losing your own way while trying to please everyone and finding balance for yourself. Giving too much to one side can also take away from you. By the way, there is strong support regarding friends. This could be friends or groups, shining within a group, receiving a great opportunity from a friend, meeting people through a friend, and having different doors open from there. Or if there is no one in your life regarding love, it could even be a situation like meeting someone who understands you, gives you space, and loves you as you are from your social circle or work environment. This might also lift your spirits a bit. On the other hand, it will also be a time when you see who you can truly be yourself around. You can comfortably talk about your inner struggles without holding anything back. Actually, there will be a time when you see this a little bit. You will see where you feel comfortable. Regarding money matters, it could be shared money, debt, bank affairs, loans, your spouse's money, or your family's money, or such situations are also on your agenda. A matter of debt or credit may be discussed as, for example, what needs to be done to close a debt. You might find yourself thinking about things like that a bit more. You're actually trying to bring a financial matter to a much more solid place. But here, the issue is not just material. Emotional trust will also be involved. I mean, how much do you trust someone? A partnership, a collaboration, or even a spouse? Is the burden distributed fairly, or are you giving more? Do you constantly feel indebted to someone in a relationship, both financially and emotionally? These questions might make you question things a bit deeply. This week, you might want to look at financial matters more realistically and make solid plans. If there is a payment tiring you out or an uncertain money matter, you may find a solution for it. When it comes to love, there is a deep, powerful, but somewhat transformative vibe, especially if there is no one in your life. Dear Libras, as I mentioned before, in friend groups, at events, or on social media, you will be in a position to draw attention within such crowds, and you might meet someone. You will really question what kind of relationship you want, but after this meeting. Meaning, normally this meeting might have excited you a lot, perhaps, but you may realize that you don't feel as much excitement as before. And here, you are actually questioning it. Like, what kind of relationship do I want? What will make me happy? You might also be in a state of questioning, like, how will I be happy and with what? There could also be important issues regarding children, by the way. If you have a child, you may want to make a decision regarding them. If you want to have children, some conversations and joint plans can also be made regarding these. A decision can also be reached. It could be your child's responsibilities, their education, their social circle, or their marriage. Regarding these, some topics concerning your life may come onto your agenda. In these areas, you might think a little more, both emotionally and mentally. On the other hand, the enjoyable side of life, like love, hobbies, creating, expressing yourself, and putting yourself out there, is also strengthening. On one hand, you are starting to think about your future more seriously. There is also activity regarding far off places, education, academics, your life path, your beliefs, and personal development. You might make a travel plan. For example, a journey could finally begin to a place you have wanted to see for a long time but could never find the opportunity to visit. You might apply abroad. You might have a matter related to an international job. There could be a development related to a legal issue. It is like a time period where you want to improve yourself, expand into another field, and want much more than where you currently are. But it is also important not to act impulsively in these areas because there are too many ideas, too many options, and too much talk. On one hand, you want to go. On the other, you are not sure. On one hand, you want to learn new things. On the other, old issues are bothering you. Your mind is very active here. Yes. But your heart also wants to feel secure. Therefore, I can say that when making big decisions, it will be very important for you to move forward, not just with excitement or that momentary passion, but also by including your inner peace and caring for it. Thank you for listening to me. And if you like the video, subscribe and leave a comment. You would make me very happy. I also thank you for your support. Happy weeks. See you in the next video. Goodbye.